The Toys to Life games like Disney Infinity and Skylanders have been mega hits, so it's no surprise that LEGO Dimensions is jumping in. Let's check out the new kid on the block.
Blocks. I see what you did there.
Oh, well punned, sir.
LEGO Dimensions works much like the other Toys to Life games, in that you put the figures down on the portal and they appear in the game. However, the twist here is that they're made of real LEGO and you get to build them first.
Obviously, I could build Batman in my sleep, but I have to say, building the whole portal thing was a little complicated. Luckily, before I got too frustrated, the game itself walks you through the building steps one by one. Genius.
Yeah, it's really satisfying when you have everything built. I was super proud of my little LEGO gang, and to be clear, what you get with the base game is the portal and 3 figures: Wildstyle, Gandalf, and Batman.
Don't forget the Batmobile, Hex. Batman never leaves home without it. It's probably worth pointing out that the computer chip the game is detecting for your characters is in the little blue disc, rather than the LEGO itself.
Wouldn't it be amazing if the game could somehow use a camera to scan exactly which LEGO blocks you've built into the game? But I suppose that technology is a few years away yet.
Yeah, that would be pretty amazing. But we should explain how all these heroes from different dimensions end up together.
Affirmative. The dastardly Lord Vortech has devised a plan to control the LEGO multiverse by gathering the ancient foundational elements. These elements are based on powerful objects like kryptonite or Dorothy's ruby slippers. And they were originally scattered across the dimensions. But because Lord Vortech is now stealing them and recruiting villains to help him, it's causing the LEGO dimensions to collide.
Thanks, Darren. And while that may all sound pretty complicated, really it's just an excuse to mash all of our favourite characters together, which they've done a really great job of.
We shall be the Fellowship of the...
Fellowship of the That's a terrible name.
Yeah, the cutscenes are amazing, aren't they? The LEGO games have always been quite humorous, but having all these iconic characters mushed together, it just takes that comedy to a whole new level.
Because of the wonderful things he does.
The Scarecrow. I knew it. This is all a hallucination.
I think he's going crazy.
While the cast is a lot more varied, the gameplay will feel familiar to LEGO veterans. Most problems are still solved by smashing things into bricks so you can build the device you need. Although handily, objects that contain building blocks are now highlighted with white flashes.
Yeah, that's a handy addition. I remember getting so frustrated having to smash everything in the earlier games. The other familiar gameplay device is each character having specific abilities. Wildstyle is the most nimble, so she can jump into areas that others can't, while Gandalf can use his magic to move blocks around.
Don't forget Bats. His trusty Batarangs and Bat Grapple solved many a puzzle for the team. One thing the game does, which is quite new, is involve the portal base in the puzzles themselves. If Wildstyle is scanning objects in the game, you'll need to move her to different positions on the portal as they light up pink.
As you progress further into the game, moving characters onto specific spots on the portal is used more and more. You may need to move them off a section to avoid a boss's attack, or cover your figure in paint, then place them on specific sections to solve puzzles.
Some parts even have you fighting bosses by teleporting them around via little portals, depending on the colour you've placed them on. It's all very cleverly done.
Although you'll want to keep that portal within reach, otherwise you'll be getting up off the couch every minute or two.
Alarm! Alarm! Alarm!
What is it, Darren? Did Bajo eat all your cheese sandwiches again?
Negative. My expense alarm was triggered because this is one of the most expensive games ever released.
Yes, good point, Darren. If you want this game, you might have to help your grown-ups out by cracking open that piggy bank because the base package costs a wallet-busting $170.
$170.
It does come with a lot of real Lego, so that's important to remember, but even so, pricing it at nearly double the cost of a normal game, I mean, that's going to be a big barrier for some people.
Yeah, absolutely, and it is such a shame because this is a great game. In fact, I think it might be my favourite LEGO game ever.
Big call, Bajo, but yeah, it does improve on all of the LEGO basics. Plus the humour and the references are just so brilliant. But But then the last half dozen LEGO games have been pretty much as good as this as well.
Plus, with those games, you can play their extensive character roster at no extra charge. Whereas with this, it's going to cost you over $1,000 if you want to play all the characters like Homer Simpson, Portal Shell, and the rest. So as good as this game is, and it is a really good game, its poor value means I just can't give it more than 3 out of 5 rubber chickens.
I agree, I would have loved to have scored this higher, but it's 3 from me as well.